Well, chances are these days your mailbox may be getting a little crowded with lots of flyers and postcards about political candidates. That's the case for one Northern Michigan man who always reads through them. One of them sparked a question. He asked for an answer, and what he was told was that a mistake was made.
It is very important to do your reading, be well informed, and probably the most important is vote your conscience.
Anthony Pekarsky takes pride in being an informed voter. He reads those political brochures and postcards that flood his mailbox.
Well, a couple of days ago, I got a mailing from the Farm Bureau advocating their preference for a couple of candidates for State House and U.S. House.
The postcard from the Farm Bureau's Agri-PAC expressed their endorsement of incumbent Neil Friske.
Again, I'm not accusing Mr. Friske of anything. I'm just what I read in the newspapers, the allegations made against him, and I hope it turns out, and all is well, and that they get to the bottom of the whole problem. And I think Mr. Fairbairn probably would be a good candidate on a Republican side. However, I'm not advocating him as a candidate either.
He called the Farm Bureau hoping for an explanation as to why Friske had their endorsement. What he got wasn't what he expected.
I explained what I got in the mail, this postcard, and she says, I corrected that 2 weeks ago. She said that was supposed to be, we're endorsing a candidate of Parker Fairbairn. And I said, well, the postcard that I have says Neil Friske. So she says, I got to make that correction. I got to make the call.
Turns out Anthony wasn't the only one to catch the mistake or question the endorsement. We reached out to the Farm Bureau's Agri-PAC about the situation. They provided us a statement, quote, unfortunately, due to a clerical error, a recent mailing sent to County Farm Bureau members within the 107th District incorrectly stated the organization had endorsed the incumbent, end quote.
I had heard it from some local Farm Bureau members. I sit on our Emmett County Farm Bureau board and heard about it from some members on our Farm Bureau board, and that's how I heard about it.
Neil Friske's primary opponent and the actually endorsed candidate, Parker Fairbairn, was aware of the postcard error, and both he and Anthony are hopeful steps are taken to clarify which candidate actually got that nod. But in the meantime, Fairbairn says this won't derail him or his campaign.
I haven't spoke with them the details on the specifics on what Farm Bureau or Agri-PAC's going to be doing. All I know is I'm the endorsed candidate that Agri-PAC and Farm Bureau chose, not my opponent, and it's really clear that I've got the momentum and we've got all the right things are lining up for us. This is just a little bump in the road.
Now, we were told the Farm Bureau will be sending out an email to all of its members with a correction, and a follow-up flyer is a possibility. No charges have been filed against Representative Friske, but we are told the investigation into his actions continues.